Hey, fight fans, it's Ted Check. Dana White, UFC head honcho Dana White. He's been taking some heat. There we go. There we go. That looks a little better. Dana White's been taking some heat recently for some comments he made at the post-fight press conference at UFC 302 over Jon Jones being the pound for pound number one fighter in the world. And well, he's not listed as that. It's Islam Makhachev, and but Dana White disagrees with that, and so it's it's a bit of a controversial comment that he made there, particularly since it's the UFC that has the pound for pound rankings. Although I think they're based on you know it's a media scrum. It's a 10 a dozen however many media members who come up with that pound for pound thing. But anyway, so let's hear what Dana White said.
Is the third longest in history behind Anderson Silva and Usman. What would it take for him to surpass Jon Jones in your mind for that pound for pound number one?
And thanks to the Mac
Think
Life.
about what pound for pound really means, right? He fought Volkanovski, who's a weight class lower than him. Jon Jones beat everybody at light heavyweight, then beat the best heavyweight in the division like it was nothing at a higher weight class.
That's a
Jon
good point.
Jones is absolutely positively the pound for pound best fighter in the world, probably the greatest fighter of all time in any sport. When you think about, when you talk about who's the baddest dude in the world, you put two guys in a room and who walks out? Jon Jones walks out of the fucking room every time.
Okay, so he's right and he's wrong. So Dana White was right about the first part of that, because if you look at pound for pound, what does pound for pound mean? And I don't think you can see all this, but I'll read it. Pound for pound is a ranking used in combat sports, such as boxing, wrestling, or mixed martial arts, of who the better fighters are, irrespective of their weight, i.e., adjusted to compensate for weight class. So Dana White's talking about, jumping weight classes. Makhachev fought somebody lower than him, and yeah, beat him. So that's less impressive than Jon Jones jumping up, taking 3 years off, jumping up a weight class, and beating that guy no problem. Like going through him like a hot knife through butter. So, I get what Dana White's saying, and you know what? I agree with it. Really, when you think of pound for pound, it's something similar to that. So it's just nuanced a little bit. It's like, okay, if you have Makhachev, you look at his striking at 155 and Jon Jones is striking at 205 or heavyweight. What's better? How much more dominant are they? How much more dominant is Makhachev striking compared to the rest of his division versus how much more dominant is Jon Jones' striking compared to his division? I believe, right? This is where the debate comes in with pound for pound. But then so that's what it means. Or some people have said it like this: if you take Makhachev and you make him, say you were to make him a heavyweight, Makhachev at heavyweight versus Jon Jones at heavyweight, who wins? I believe that's another way of putting pound for pound. If Makhachev was able to have the frame and the height and everything else, and then he took his skill set and brought that up to heavyweight, would he beat a prime Jon Jones? That's pound for pound. But then when Dana White says, when he says, you put Jon Jones and somebody else in a room, who walks out? It's Jon Jones every time. That's not pound for pound. That's not pound for pound. That's just being the baddest man on the planet. That's just being the toughest man in the world, the greatest fighter in the world. That's what that is. It's two. He's got two different things going on there. The first statement he made about Makhachev and Jon Jones, that's kind of more of a pound for pound type thing. But the second thing about, oh, you put Jon Jones in the room with Makhachev, or you put Jon Jones in the room with, I don't know, Tyson Fury or whoever, uh, that Jon Jones is going to walk out. That's just being the toughest person in the world, toughest dude in the world. So yeah, he's right and he's wrong. That's you know. But Dana White wants to change the ranking. Dana White should just do the pound for pound then, and not open it up to the media. If that's the way he feels and he runs the company, then how come what Dana White says doesn't go. I wonder. I don't know. But yeah, tell me what you think. Do you think who do you think is the pound for pound best fighter in the world right now? Do you think it's Makhachev? Do you think it's Jon Jones? Do you think it's somebody else? Let me know, and I will talk to you later.